Alright, are you guys ready for class today? Alright. So today we are going to do day 5 of creation. But let's just see if anybody remembers what happened on... Excuse me, I'm talking. Who knows what God made on day 1?
Light and darkness. Light and darkness.
Very good. How about Heather, day 2?
The sky and the water.
That's right, the ocean and the sky.
And then he made them together or separated? Separated.
Very good. How about day 3, Aiden?
Plants and rocks and caves.
That's
so,
right.
So the rocks and caves
He
to
made
me.
the land and the trees and the grass. That's right.
And the next day he made on day 4.
Now, what about...
So the
Day 4.
omnivores could eat the plants. Omnivores.
What about on day 4?
What did I make on
Think about the activity that we did.
We
went outside. What?
Let her answer.
You know what we did outside? And we had the TV.
We spin around here.
Yeah, so what did God make on that day? Go ahead.
No one
No.
The sun.
The sun. The sun and the planets and the...
Stars.
The stars. Very good.
Stars. Twinkly
Alright.
stars.
So, today we're going to talk about day 5. When God makes the bird and the fish.
Yeah, peregrine
So-
falcons, robins, blue jays. Let me think of my birds.
Okay.
Pigeons. Pigeons are in there,
Quiet,
but
please. Quiet. Let's listen. I'm going to read from Genesis chapter 1, verses 20 through 23. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and the fowl, or the bird that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly." Put your hands down, please. "After their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
yeah, very good.
And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl..." Shh. I will put someone in the corner who interrupts me again. "And let fowl multiply in the earth, and the evening and the morning were the 5th day. So," raise your hand if you know.
What?
"Was there a beginning and a starting point, or was it always like..."
If there was a starting point.
Yes.
There's always a starting point.
Now,
In
Aiden,
a race, there's a starting point.
what did God make before he could put anything on the earth? He had to make 2 things.
Time
Yep.
and the earth.
Time and
A box.
box.
Space.
Very good.
I'm space. Space.
You're going to go in the corner. Go over there. You keep looking in the camera. Thank you. Help her out. I'll give you 1 minute to think about that, and you can come back. Okay? Aiden, who made God?
No, wait.
Why not?
He was just there. Wait. Heaven said there was always a beginning. But there was no beginning of God.
That's right. There was a beginning for everything God made, but there was no beginning for God. Very
Wait,
good.
If there was no beginning of God, how would he come into the world?
That we just can't understand it. Our brains aren't big enough yet. I don't know.
He was forever?
Forever. Heather,
There must be a
what does
starting
God's voice do? When he says things, what happens?
He makes stuff with his voice.
That's right. Very good. Just in a minute. Now, when God separates things, like when he divided the light from the darkness, and he made the land from the waters, and he separated things, what do we call it when you separate something? You make it
Holy.
holy. Very good.
Separate it.
Heather, what does God want us to be separate from?
Planes, people, pictures.
What about good? Does he want us to be separated from the good stuff or the bad stuff?
Bats.
That's right. Things that are made holy and separated. What did God plan to do with that sea and the sky and the earth? What did he want to fill it with?
Holy.
Fill it with... No, not fill it with holy. He filled it with plants, and he filled it with animals and birds and fish. What do we call that? All that stuff. Life. God wanted, when God
I
separated
was about to
something,
say animals.
Aiden, when God put the ocean together, He wanted to fill it up with fish.
Mm-hmm.
When God put the land and He separated it, He wanted to fill it up with plants and animals. And when God separated the waters and the clouds and the skies, He wanted to fill the skies up with birds. So every time that God separated something, He wanted to fill it with life. What does God want to fill us with?
Holy Ghost.
Come back, Heather. All right.
Don't look at the camera.
So, God made seasons and cycles, right? Because, like, we have winter and we have summer.
Yeah.
And then that's because our life also has seasons.
Yeah.
What season of life are you in right now? You're a child, and mommy and daddy are grown-ups.
And I'm a child too.
That's right.
Oh, little child.
Now, are you guys married?
No. No, we're not married.
One day you might be married, but right now you're single. Do you have any kids?
You do.
I do. I have both of you. So
Yeah.
we all have different seasons of life, and one day you might be married, one day you might have kids, one day you're. And what about?
Married.
Our-
I want to save my father.
Oh, you're sweet. What about when we get really old and our hair is gray? Are mommy and daddy that old yet? Are we really
No.
old? Not yet.
Your hair is still black, kind of.
No.
Kind of black. And your hair is brownish black. Brownish black.
Golden. Yeah.
Golden.
So
How's my hair?
listen. So one day,
My hair.
mommy, your hair is beautiful. One day, mommy and daddy are gonna get really, really old, and our hair will be all gray, and we'll go like, "All right, guys, we'll get older too." Right? So we have different seasons of life. Okay. So in thinking about what God made on the 5th day, when He made the fish and the whales and all the birds,
You could.
we're going to talk about the fact that He filled, listen, that He filled up the oceans and the skies first, before He filled up the land with animals, because that wasn't the order He made them in. Hands down. Flap your hands around again, you're going to go in the corner. Okay? So, God brought forth the first moving creatures out of the water and then filled the skies, the same order as He created the oceans and the skies. Why don't you guys draw in some fish and birds? Who wants to do what? What do you want to do?
do fish.
All right.
I do bird.
What color do you want it to be?
Orange fish.
All right, make a fish. Good. I'll make one more. I'll make a... Good.
Can I make an octopus too?
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna make a giant Pacific octopus.
Okay.
Hey, where's the gun?
Oh, I'm trying to color it in. It'll take too long.
2,
Good.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Very good. All right, Heather, you
Now
get to
I
make
wanna
some
make a
birds.
whale. Now I
We
want
don't
to
have
make
time
a
for
whale.
that. We'll maybe in a little bit we'll do that.
Okay.
All right, Heather, make a bird. Ooh.
And the black.
Okay.
And the smile.
Okay. Give him some wings, huh? That's a fall.
Wing.
There you go.
And the little tail.
All right, there's a bird.
And then what I see is I'm gonna make many birds in the sky. I want to. Oh, maybe green bird.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes. No birds will learn about eyes. Get that bird eyes.
There you go.
There.
Awesome.
Wait. I forgot to smile.
Oh, you can smile. All right.
Can I see the bird?
No, that's enough.
Can we see
Okay.
it, Daddy?
Yep.
I want to see the bird.
Oh, no. Okay. All right, here you go. See it?
Good job, guys.
Wait, I forgot one wing.
No. Okay, I'll put it in there.
It needs to be colored in.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
I wish I could make a whale.
Now
I
listen.
wish I could make
Sit nicely.
pink.
God made all different kinds of fish and all different kinds of sizes and colors because he is very imaginative. He thinks of all sorts of things. The various types and kinds of birds and fish just show how glorious and wonderful God is. The Bible says in Psalm 19:1, repeat after me, the heavens
The heavens
declare
declare
the glory of God.
the glory of God.
So the beauty of the heavens say, God is full of glory because they're so beautiful.
God be full of glory.
And then it says the skies, say the skies, the skies
Skies
proclaim
Proclaim
the work of his hands.
the work of his hands. Excuse me.
Yes.
Can we show the picture on the camera so they know what we draw?
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Okay. Now, when God fills something, he fills it abundantly. The Bible says that when he made, let me find it. He said, when God created great whales and every creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly.
We need to put that.
So that means, does anyone know what abundantly means? A lot. Say bunches and bunches and bunches.
Bunches and bunches and bunches
He
and
doesn't-
bunches and bunches.
Very good. Sit. So he
Speaking
doesn't,
of big.
excuse me, he doesn't fill things halfway. If you go in the corner again, you don't come back. So when God fills things abundantly, he doesn't just fill them halfway. So we're going to go back to our picture again, and we're going to draw fish and more birds. But we're going to do it really, really, really fast. So I'll show you what I mean. So when I make a fish, I'm going to go like this. I'm not going to color it in. I'm not going to draw a smiley face. I'm just going to make really quick little fish like this. See what I'm doing? Little fish. Make a bunch of, see how the little and fast? All right, Heather, make birds like this. Go. Little birds, little birds, little birds, little birds. Make more. Hurry. Fast.
Little birds.
No, not like that. That's not. No, that's not like birds.
Little birds. Little birds. Little birds.
Hold on. Stop.
Little birds.
No, those aren't little.
Stop,
honey.
stop.
Those aren't little.
Little birds are like
What are
this.
they?
Little.
Little ones.
Little birds.
There's a good one.
Little birds.
There you go.
Little birds.
There you go.
Little birds.
Okay.
Now little birds.
All right, Eden. Now you draw some more fish.
I hate this.
All right, Eden. Put some more fish in there real fast.
Okay.
No details. Just go. Fish. There we go. More. He fills up abundantly.
Oh wait, I think I did something wrong.
That's okay.
That's
Keep
okay.
going.
Awesome. He likes lots of fish.
Hey, no,
Oh, go ahead.
no.
Go ahead. Here, you can make some purple ones real fast.
Little fish.
Yeah.
There's any little fish.
Okay.
I want to make a one pink bird.
Awesome.
I want to make a giant. I want to
Okay.
make a pink bird.
Now,
I want to
that's
make
enough, guys. I want you to get the idea that when God filled up all these plants and animals, he filled up a bunch of them. He didn't just do a couple. He did lots and lots and lots and lots of fish and birds. Okay? So,
I want to make a brown bird.
let's talk about another story in the Bible that we'll talk about later. Sit nicely. Is one time Jesus was with 5,000 families,
5,000.
and they were all very hungry. And he took just a couple bread and a couple fish. Have you heard this story?
Yes.
And what did he do? Do you remember?
Break it, and there was another piece of there. Break it, and there was another
That's
piece
right.
of that.
Did he feed all of those people?
Yep.
Tons of people. Lots and lots and lots of people.
So full.
Here, sit up nice. There we go.
Just like I'm so full.
Okay. So he made, and then not only did God feed all these 5,000 people, he also made extra. So that when they were,
12 baskets.
that's right, one for
A
each of the
dozen.
disciples. He wanted them to see that when he makes things, he also makes things more than he has to. So there's extra left over because he is a God who makes abundance. Say abundance.
Abundance.
It's more than we need.
More.
Now, in Ephesians 3:20, it said, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask or think.
There's a hair in your finger.
That's okay. Can we think of some things that we might ask God for? What's one thing you might ask God for?
To help me have a family.
To help you have a family? God might give you even a bigger family than you ever thought of. Sometimes, Heather, what's something that you always pray about that you want to do?
Sell this house!
That's right. God might let us not just sell this house, but sell it for a lot of money and get an even bigger house. He could do above what we're asking.
Yes, I want a new house!
Yeah. Aiden, if you ask God to help you in school, He might help you even more in school and help you get all good grades. God can give us a lot more than what we ask for. Even if we can think of it, He could do even more. If we said, oh God, please help me, I want to buy something, I need some money, bless me so I can get this, He might give us double, triple, 4 times, 10 times more than we need.
He
so
might
we could go,
give us 20 money.
Yeah, and we could go and buy it and still have left over, because He's a God of abundance.
If we do, I will.
So, I want you guys to understand.
We have some money to go
Heather,
on Disney.
quiet. Listen, God is not just able to do what we ask Him to do. Listen, He can even do more than we ask Him to. He can go above and beyond what we ask Him to do. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, cool.
Now, another thing that God said is He blessed the fish and the birds that He made, and it says, be fruitful, sit back, and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let every fowl multiply around the earth. What does that mean? Do you know what multiply means?
No.
That means to add lots and lots and lots. So two fish can make 8 fish. And they can make even more. And then they can make 64 and 100 and 1,000 and 10,000 and more than you can count. That's what it means to multiply.
As many as stars. Stars.
What's special about that is God didn't just make everything. He made stuff that could also make stuff. Birds can have other birds. Fish can have more fish.
Yes.
Right? So He made stuff that can make stuff. God made stuff in creation that can also create new things by having babies. That's right.
We can make kids.
That's right. So God can put, look here. God can put 2 little fish in the pond. And they can go in there and they can make more babies, and in just a short time there could be lots of fish because they can multiply, and fill up this whole thing with fish. Okay?
Can I add one more fish?
No. So I'm trying to show you that God can multiply. God could send 2 birds to this island. And He could say, all right, you guys, go over to this island and live in those trees and make more. And they could go and live in these trees, and there could be more birds, and they're all the babies of those first 2. So these first 2 can multiply and make more. These first 2 fish, before God drops them into the lake, they go in and they can multiply and make more.
What about the land?
Well, we haven't got there yet. Okay? So, God wants us to multiply. The chief duty, the job, that everything that God made was to go out there and make more.
I understand.
Good. Christians, now we believe in Jesus, right? So we're called Christians?
Yeah, we're Christians.
We're called...
And we tell people about God.
That's
doing
right.
These videos.
That's right. Now sit down. When we're called to... We're called to procreate and bring other people to Jesus. Now we can have kids, like Mommy and Daddy had kids to make you guys and teach you about God. Excuse me, do not interrupt me. One more time. Look at me. Last time. Okay? Now, we can make more kids and have more kids in our family and teach them about God. We can have other people that we tell about Jesus. Sometimes people wonder, well, why am I here? What am I supposed to do with my life?
Oh, yes, that's why I wonder.
The simple answer is, Aiden, we're to be fruitful. We're supposed to produce things and make more people to know about God. We can raise children to know and love God and also tell others about God. We can also be fruitful with the gifts and talents that God gives us. Jesus told a story once about how He gave special gifts. Like He'll give you a special gift, and then He'll give you a special gift, and He'll give you a special gift. And then...
What's my special gift?
Well, let's see. Let's come up with something. Let's say that you could do really awesome flips and jumps.
I can do really awesome jumps, but I can't do really awesome
We'll just
flips.
pretend, okay? And you could flip up in the air and spin around one time. And I give you that gift. God expects you to go and take that gift and multiply it and get better, where you could do 2 flips in the air.
2 flips?
Yeah.
You
Heather,
like this?
what if God gives you the gift to sing?
La, la, la,
That's
la.
right. if He gives you the gift to sing, He expects it after time for you to work on your gift and be able to sing really, really, really good. Even better and louder and higher and stronger. And then sing for people. Sing about God.
I can only sing
So,
la, 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 la.
Well, then you need to develop the gift God gives you. And God isn't happy if we don't use our gifts. They can get in lots of trouble if we're not fruitful and multiply with the gifts that God gives us. They got in trouble when we're given gifts and talents and we don't use them or grow them. God might just say, well, I'll give it to somebody else who wants to use it. And if we're as Christians, if we don't tell people about God, then it's sort of like, well, do we even know Him? Do we love Him? If we really believe Him, then we want to tell people. So let's try to think about it. Ways that we could multiply in our church or multiply in the gifts that God has given us. Okay? Do you guys have any ideas? How might we get more people to church? Could you think you could tell somebody about Jesus?
Because I don't got any learning Sunday. Then I'll tell the people stuff I learned. But
You could tell them what God made on day one.
Yeah. They made light.
See, somebody might not know that. You
Yes,
could do
they-
something good.
Yes, they do. Because if we turned on the camera.
Okay. All right. So that's our lesson for today. So just to review.
Yay!
God, listen.
Yay!
Heather. God made trees. But then on the fifth day, He made birds to live in those trees. God made water. But He made that water to be filled up with fish. Why does God do that? What's He doing when He does that? He's thinking.
He's thinking before us.
Yeah, thinking ahead.
Thinking
Okay.
ahead.
So,
Thinking, thinking,
When He filled,
thinking.
all right, go in the corner. When He filled things with life, He didn't stop. He wanted that life to fill everywhere. Heather, hold up your arms like this. Everywhere, abundantly.
Everywhere.
That's right. Okay, well, we're all done for today, guys.
Now, can I